Hey everybody, I'm Jeff Davis, and I recently finished an incredibly powerful book on time management called 15 Secrets Successful People Know About Time Management: The Productivity Habits of 7 Billionaires, 13 Olympic Athletes, 29 straight A students, and 239 entrepreneurs. My friends, I've spoken on this topic, I've done seminars, I've read dozens of books on time management, I've studied it and researched it for years, and I can genuinely say from the bottom of my heart that this book by Kevin Kruse on time management, 15 Secrets Successful People Know About Time Management, is the best book on time management I've ever read. It's really laid out well, great insights, he features tons of successful people. I highly recommend it. I'm going to quickly give you my top 5 favorite insights from the book. Now, this is only the tip of the iceberg. I do suggest that you check out the book more, and I'm simply suggesting that because the book really is that good, and that it could help you not only get more done in less time, but have less stress, be happier, spend more times with friends and family, and be more present when you are able to finally get time to do the things that you love. First tip that I want to share with you from this amazing time management book by Kevin Kruse is that there's always more to do. I'm one of those people who feels like you have to get everything done before you can relax. Before I became a full-time author, speaker, and entrepreneur, I actually would spend 12 hours a day in the office. I mean, literally, I would go to the office from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. doing routine, mindless, thankless tasks. And by the way, this is not a complaint. This is not any kind of insult. I was lucky to have a job in a bad economy back when I graduated college. But the point I'm making is that I always felt like in order to finally step away from work, to be at peace, to let go of it all, I had to get it all done. And I worked myself crazy. What I learned from Kevin Kruse's book is that there's always more to do, so you have to master the art of letting it go. You can step away from the office at 5 p.m. without feeling guilty. You can not have to finish every little thing on your to-do list and still be at peace over the weekend. Get the important things done, but don't feel like you have to get everything done. A second tip, and I love this, is always carry a notebook. Always carry a notebook. Kevin Kruse in his book went on to give a couple examples. He, for example, shared a quote from Richard Branson from Jim Rohn, and Richard Branson says that he created his multi-billion dollar enterprise because he carried a notebook with him. Same thing with Jim Rohn. He became ultra successful because he was always jotting things down in his notebook, writing down his thoughts and ideas, absorbing other people's wisdom, asking good questions, and not forgetting it by writing it down. So carry a notebook with you. That's tip 2. Tip 3 is say no and delegate. Say no and delegate. Kevin Kruse in his book says that people who say no are happier and more productive. Now, I really needed to learn this lesson because I have a very hard time saying no to people. What I loved about the book is that Kevin explains why it's hard to say no to people and how you can do it effectively without feeling guilty and while maintaining respect. I love that. I love that because we all want to get along with other people. We don't want to make enemies. We want to have friends. We want to respect other people and make sure we know that we're conveying to them that they're important. At the same time, you're not going to ever get anything effective done if you're always pleasing other people, if you're always being batted around by other people's to-do lists. So learn to say no respectfully and politely, but say no, and then delegate. Delegate. I love how Kevin Kruse in this book, 15 Secrets Successful People Know About Time Management, talks about how you have to focus on what you're really good at and then delegate the rest. For example, out of my own life as an entrepreneur, I have some really good days where I'm able to stay productive, and I have some really bad days where I feel overwhelmed. And what I find helps mitigate those bad days is when I delegate. For example, I go on Fiverr.com or Upwork, and I find freelancers that I can pay, for example, to create a website for me. Or maybe I have them do some graphic design. Maybe I'll have them help me do some editing. Delegation is very powerful. Doesn't mean you have to delegate everything. Kevin even talks about in the book how he doesn't delegate raising his kids to a nanny because he values being there for his kids. He even talks about how Mark Cuban has been quoted as saying that Cuban still does his laundry. Cuban's a billionaire. Of course he could afford to pay someone else to do it for him, but Cuban does that because it's something that allows him to stay in his daily routine, and also helps him release stress by staying on top of his activities. So remember, you don't have to delegate everything, but delegate things that you're bad at or don't like doing. Fourth tip that I want to leave you with is to control your inbox. Control your inbox. Remember that when you open up someone else's inbox, and I'm quoting my friend John Lee Dumas here, who I featured in my own book. John Lee Dumas says that when you open up your email, you're opening yourself up to other people's agenda. OPA, other people's agenda. This is no insult to people's emails, because that's their important task. That's fine. That's what they chose to do with their time. But it doesn't mean that you have to submit yourself to their agenda, because you need to stay on top of your most important tasks. Now, I've made this mistake all the time. I have opened up my email right in the heart of my flow. When I say flow, I mean when I'm getting a lot done. And I thought, oh, I can just check email for 5 minutes. It turned into an hour-and-a-half activity where I'm responding to 29 emails, all these different requests, and I got lost in email for the rest of the day. Learn from my mistake, and remember that you have to stay in control of your inbox. You have to only check your email in the middle of the day or at the end of the day. Try to avoid checking it in the morning, and it's other people's agendas, not your own. Finally, take more breaks. I am massively focused on getting a lot done, as I'm sure you are as well. Sometimes to a fault. My girlfriend laughs at me sometimes. She says, Jeff, you have to learn to take more breaks. And she's right. Kevin Kruse agrees with my girlfriend that taking breaks leads to productivity. Kevin gives insights in his book about how when you work really hard for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break, you become more productive. He also gives insights into billionaires who talk about making more time for themselves. And that's because when you do take breaks and you value yourself first, the irony is that's the very time when you're going to be able to best serve and help other people. A very quick bonus tip is to invest the first 60 minutes of the day into your mind and soul. Read a good book, reflect, exercise, meditate. Start your day off right. Another thing that I'm working on improving, I'm a lot better at it now than I used to be, but I'm still not perfect. Start your day off by investing in yourself, your mind, your body, your health, and your entire rest of the day will be better and thankful for it. Hope you enjoyed this video. That's only the tip of the iceberg. If you want more amazing tips and insights, please read Kevin Kruse's book, which is called 15 Secrets Successful People Know About Time Management: The Productivity Habits of 7 Billionaires, 13 Olympic athletes, 29 straight-A students, and 239 entrepreneurs. It's been a pleasure. Please like, comment, and share this video, and I'd love to know your thoughts. Which one of these tips or insights helped you the most? And where do you feel like you're falling short in your time management, and how could you improve? I know I'm working on it every single day, and Kevin's book has helped me enormously. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.